Just days after a deadly wrong-way crash, the family of the innocent driver who was killed wants answers and wants to know why these crashes are still happening here.
This is the 35-year-old Peoria man killed on the I-17 in Greenway. And his family tells us he had just bought his first house a week ago. He was buying furniture. He was still moving in. He only lived there for a couple days before he was killed on Friday night. And that wrong-way driver died at the scene of the crash. ABC 15's Nicole Grigg speaking with this grieving family who is now instead planning their son's funeral.
I want to look up because I know my son is up there.
Surrounded by photos and flowers.
I'm not supposed to bury my son. He's supposed to bury me.
The parents of Ramsin Badalpour are still numb days after learning their son, an innocent driver, was killed by a wrong-way driver Friday night.
There was a crash. Yes, that's the end. But how did this crash begin? Right? What was he doing? What condition was he?
And this is the intersection where the accident happened. Authorities say that the wrong-way driver was coming up the Greenway off-ramp, and you can see here today, days later, a small vigil with the candles still lit.
Ramsin's father wearing a hat of his son's favorite team. Albert says his son was a fan of all sports.
He was not prejudiced when it came to sport. He just loved everybody.
The parents say they have known wrong-way drivers are a problem in the valley. There are thermal cameras to detect this. As of last summer, there were 90 cameras in use, some of those along a 15-mile section of I-17. But it's not on city streets where the crash happened.
I've decided I'm going to be the big advocate for this. That's going to be one of his purposes, that I don't want him die in vain, that we're going to make sure something is done with these wrong-way driving.
And with so many questions about how this happened and why, none of it will bring back this beloved son, cousin, friend, and brother.
Someone just robbed him of our lives and his life. So we're going to struggle with this for the rest of our lives.
Reporting in Phoenix, Nicole Grigg, ABC 15, Arizona.
And more on those wrong-way detection systems. State transportation leaders said last July the detection systems are reliable to detect wrong-way drivers. So why aren't there more? They said then more funding would be needed. ADOT got back to us regarding this crash. They say it appears wrong-way detection systems, though, would not have worked because the crash was in an area prior to the point where the detection system would have been activated.